Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG, and this one is on the attacking spawn of Siegfried Line Assault, and I believe it's under the command of, and I'm not so certain, oh, it's Square Bear! Battle started. Now, I had to look that one up because, unfortunately, I didn't check who was the video by before I started the replay, and so I do apologise to Square Bear there, but he's actually going up onto the heights on the south end of the map. So he's going to fire from the very edge of the map into the town area, and actually being up this high does give you a bit of an advantage. He's right against the edge of the map now, and he's now having a quick look for a target to shoot at. He's got an MT25, round out, oh, big hit! 168 hit points for the near miss, and the MT25 is killed. Now the M44, built on the Walker Bulldog chassis, which makes it a light tank, so it's very fast, moving about, not the fastest Arty in the game, but still one of them. And he's firing an ELC Evan 90 the other side of the map, and yeah, 195 hit points from a near miss. Now the gun will do 550 alpha if it can hit the target and penetrate. It only penetrates up to 39 millimeters. But he definitely hit that ELC, and because it was unsighted at the time the shot went in, well, it wasn't an ELC actually, it was the IKV, and so we won't find out how much damage he did until the end. But he's fired at that Achilles. And, well, the shell landed where the Achilles was seen, but since it exploded, it might not have actually damaged him. He might have pulled away. Well, he has suffered some damage. You can see he's down to half his hit points already. Lining up the shot, working out where he's going, and the shell's on the way. And that killed the Achilles! And it appeared just shortly after the shell arrived, so it might have blown him, or blown him to pieces, or set fire to him. But as he's on the other side of the map, the flight time of the shell is about 4 seconds. It's a very long time. A lot of non-Arty players don't appreciate that. We may fire at a target, it may take several seconds for the shell to reach that spot, because it's got to fly all the way over the edge of the map. In fact, sometimes if you're in a battle, you can see artillery rounds arcing through the skies from a long distance away, and you forget that the enemy tank might have moved in the meanwhile. Okay, so he's going for a T-25-2 over their turreted tank destroyer, and he got a hit! A direct hit. There was no explosion. Again, that's gotta hurt, because the T-25-2's got very light armor. Because it's a tank destroyer, it's not really designed for brawling, it's more for sniping at the enemy. We've got a P-43 turret, which is an Italian medium. Lining up a shot, rounds out. It splashed him nearby. Yep, you can see he's stunned. He's running away. The Canadian Jagdpanther is trying to get a shot. I think he actually shot at the Panther M10. We're going for the Panther M10, German medium. Kill shot! 168 hit points, but it is a kill. That's the second kill so far after the Achilles. They're doing quite well. They're 4 tanks up on the enemy, and we're 6 minutes 15 seconds in, well, 4 minutes 3 minutes 45 seconds into the battle. Going for a M46 Ripper pattern. Nope, didn't get anything that time. Can't get the ELCs behind the building. Ripper pattern's just behind that building there. The T28 prototype also behind a building. Most of the targets on this side of the map are behind buildings, so it's very difficult to hit them in the city. Need them to pop out from behind a building so we can get a shot. Going for the Ripper pattern, it's going over the top, hits the roof. Now instead that what we're doing is having a quick look down in the south. Is there anything we can hit? Well, most of the tanks that were out in the south area have moved into the city because they've been cleared out by the advance of our tanks. That Canonian Jagdpanzer is looking for something in the south. Hasn't found anything. So it looks like T-25-2 that was in the south has moved into the city again. Probably because he was badly damaged. And then there's a T-28 prototype. And he's looking to go after our T-44. Lining up, round out. And it's a hit. And he was killed afterwards. So Square Bear picks up the stun assist. Unfortunately, we just lost our 40 TP to their P43 turret. That was the one we fired at a while back. There's only 4 enemy tanks remaining. If we can kill all 4 of those in the next 4 minutes 32 seconds, we'll win the game. We're loaded, rounds out. Well, it tracked him and stunned him. Now, the reload time of the M44 is about 16 seconds if you use premium consumables, a rammer, and a good crew. At the moment, I suspect that Square Bear's got a reload of about 17 seconds because he's not using premium consumables. Not in this game. But that T-25-2, that's the one that was in the south that we did hit. And he's only got 3 hit points left. And one of our fellow Arties, the M12, just got the kill shot on him. Okay, we've got one of the enemy Arties. It's the Hummel. We fire a round in. Don't pick up any hit points, but Square Bear's decided to use the P in propelled and move into the city, and he needs to get closer. They've got the advantage in numbers, and it's getting close to the end of the game. Going for the P43 turret. Fires a round in. It falls short. I had the feeling the SU-8 and the M12 are both firing at that P43. And he's gone. Kill goes to the Scorpion. So we're just looking for one remaining enemy, a Lorraine 15550. Now, if he's not in grid squares C0, yeah, he's up in the north end of the map. He's been spotted and he's been killed. So that's a victory. Kill goes to the Canonian Jagdpanzer, who was roaming around trying to find that last enemy tank. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's a first class tank for Square Bear in the M44. He picked up a Bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17. A Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. A Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And also managed to get a High Calibre for dealing out the most damage during that battle. And we can now see exactly what did happen to some of those tanks. Well, he did destroy the Achilles. He did 548 hit points of damage to that one. And got 4 critical hits, but it doesn't say which critical hits, so we don't know exactly how he died. Well, we do know he wasn't burnt to death because there's no arson symbol there. There's no arson badge. So it probably was just a very good shot that actually overwhelmed his hit points and took him out. The T-25-2, he did 592 hit points of damage to that one with one shot. And that was the shot when he was sitting next door to the house. So he certainly hit him very heavily. And the IKV-65 and the other blind shot, that was 567 hit points. So that's how he managed to get the High Calibre. He hit some very, very good targets and hit them for a huge amount of damage at the same time. So, yep, it certainly paid off for him. Yep, let's have a look at the team score. There you go, top of the table, 2,381 hit points of damage to Square Bear. The next highest scorer was, in fact, the T-44, 2,171 hit points to him. And then after that, we have to look to the ELC M90 with 1871 on the enemy team. When it comes to the number of kills, it was T-44, the M12, and the ELC all managed to get 3 kills apiece. I'm afraid Square Bear only managed to get the 2 kills, but he still had a good game. And when it came to base XP, he got the highest amount again, 1,013. Then T-44 managed to get 890, and the Canonian Jagdpanzer 641. Let's have a look at detail. He fired only 16 rounds in that game, got 3 direct hits and 3 penetration and 7 splash. Now I suspect that the tanks that he actually penetrated were the tank destroyers, the T-25-2 and the IKV, and that's how he managed to get so much in the way of hit points from them. He splash damaged 7 tanks, did 2,381 hit points of damage, and all of it was at more than 300 meters. He hit 8 of the enemy, more than half the enemy team, killed 2 of them, and did 509 hit points and stun assists of 8 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he earned 30,300 credits, and after resupply of ammunition, took away 22,220. He received 1,013 base XP, and there was no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. But it was a very good game. Shows how that position high up on the south edge of the map is actually very useful for shooting into the city. The only problem really is there's certain avenues you can't shoot at, simply because the way the streets are aligned. If a tank goes into one of those roads, you just can't shoot at it in the city from that far out. You need to move further in and closer in as the battle progresses to get a better position, a better line to actually shoot on enemy tanks that are hiding in the streets. But it all worked out well in the end, and he got 3 epic medals, so I think he's very happy with that. If you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.